Welcome to Exchange Rates UK TV. It is the 7th of September 2021. Taking a look at Ethereum here on the daily chart. There we go. Got a really big move down here. This is the biggest move up or down that Ethereum has had since May 19th. And the questions now are, well, like, does it keep going down? Got bought up a lot. I mean, does it find support here? I think there's a lot of ways to look at this. So Ethereum, like Bitcoin, it moved down as much as 23.41%. Okay, that's a pretty big dip. That's a pretty good discount. And there's been a lot of volume traded today. I didn't mention this in Bitcoin's chart, but so far the volume today is the highest since June, all right? And high since June 22nd and June 21st. And that's a pretty good amount of time. I mean, that is how long is that from that date? That is a 77-day high. And that volume comes in at the end of some particular Gann cycles we've talked about before. It's coming in at the beginning of a new, September is generally a fairly bearish month for cryptos. I don't put a lot of stock into people saying, oh, well, it was El Salvador and they're buying Bitcoin. That's what caused it. Did it though? September's always been kind of a ugly month for cryptocurrencies. And news is just an excuse people use to find a reason for something happening, and that's it. News is anecdotal, all right? News is something that it's never the cause of anything, all right? Okay, well, I'll say this. Are there short-term fluctuations due to news? Sure, but there has never been a single news event that has generated or ended a primary trend. This has been studied in behavioral economics for a long time. It just doesn't exist. Markets are natural. Okay. Anyways, and rant. So this move today really, I mean, if we close where we're at 34.11, that means it has basically wiped out the move of the last the last 6 trading days, if that's where the close occurs. All right. So we're basically returning back to this, the top of this resistance zone that existed at 3,300. And this has to test now as support. Now, the RSI's dipped down to 50. The composite index has moved lower, and the percent B has moved lower. The breakdown to 50, if it holds, could lend some support. But the fact that we've seen the composite index cross down below both of its averages, that's not a good sign. That's a fairly bearish sign. The only thing that here is that's really not triggering my, oh my gosh, it's going to go into full bear mode, is that the percent B has not dipped down below 0.2. It hasn't closed below that either. So there is still, roughly 50 minutes left in this current daily candlestick, so that could happen, but for right now, it doesn't appear that way. I think we're just gonna have to watch it very closely across the board to make sure that there's nothing, like super crazy that occurs. If we look at the weekly chart, strong support at the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. If you want to have a bearish outlook, we'll have to see Ethereum close on the weekly chart below the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Otherwise, it looks likely to move higher. But I will say this, though, that there is some very subtle, and that's the thing that is the dangerous part. There's some very subtle, hidden bearish divergence that exists on this chart. A regular bearish divergence that exists on this chart. It's very, very subtle. And that could bring in some warning signs. Ideally, what we would see here, if we are going to experience a corrective move, is let's just hope that it's really fast and violent, and that it's like just a it's an amputation, not a prolonged torture session. We don't want to be Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, okay? We just want to be Ned Stark, right? Off with the head, bam, done, over and done with. We don't want to be flayed over a long period of time because cryptocurrency people have been through that enough in 2014 and then 2018 and 19. I mean, let's just hope it is a beheading and not a flaying thing. So sorry to draw up on some Game of Thrones references, but that's basically what we would like to see as the most beneficial thing here. If there's a corrective move, is just have it be done quick and painless, and well, it's still painful, but not as bad. We'll leave it there. So I would look for a deep retracement if it occurs down to at least the $1,500 level. At least. I don't think we would get down to $1,200, but at least the $1,500 level. That would be a good move. But only if we get below. We'll see. We'll update it tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching from All the Exchange Rates UK TV. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.